Give it up for your wonderful, wonderful host, Gayla. Come on, y'all. Come on, some love. Come on now. Got it for free, didn't you? How you guys doing tonight? All right. My name is Independence, and I got a couple of new jokes I'm going to tell you guys. Brand fresh, new off the presses. I just want to thank Lucy and Patty and let me come out here and do my practice. This is practice. My God, you talking about practice? But anyway, the first joke is called Saber Tooth. What did I say? I was in the bank last week, and I saw a guy in line every pedal, and his grandmother was in line with him. And I was like, oh, that's nice. He got his grandma at the bank with him. They at the register. And then I saw him kiss her on the lips and smack her on her butt. And I was like, that's not his grandmother. And when he smacked it, it was like dust and mothballs. Just kidding. But anyway, I said, that's not his grandmother. And she was all happy. So she looked back at me and smiled. And she had 2 teeth. So what do you call an elderly lady who dates a younger man?
Cougar.
Sugar mama. No. See, you got to see. I said the cougar is an older woman who dates a younger man and she takes care of him financially. That's a cougar. An older lady who dates a younger man and does not take care of him financially, she is an alley cat. Now my new one is an elderly lady. See, older is like, 35, 40, 45. Elderly like 60 or 70. So when I say an elderly lady dating a younger man, she's a saber tooth. Saber tooth fights. Don't you hate relatives who they want to buy you a gift, but they want to borrow the money from you to buy? But my family threw a birthday party for me recently, and they all got together and got me a wonderful birthday gift. I was crying at the party. I was like, I can't believe y'all hooked me up like this. All my family got together, bought me a flat screen TV. I'm at the birthday party crying. I said, man, I can't believe y'all did this. I really appreciate it. I'm serious. Next day, I get a letter from Rent-A-Center saying I'm 1 month late on my monthly payment. Relatives. I called my lawyer the next day. I said, listen, I want you to draw up separation papers for me and all my relatives. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. What's considered a bad neighborhood. Now, my wife is from Jersey City, New Jersey. So what am I doing marrying a woman from a bad neighborhood? If 2 people are from a bad neighborhood, what kind of mess is that? We both bringing our bad habits, bad attitudes to the bad neighborhood, to the neighborhood. Cars with too much shit on them. So you got a kid in school, he comes home, he says, good afternoon, mother and father. I had a wonderful day in school today. How was your day? Mom says, oh, look, it's the goody two-shoes home. Pop says, oh, so you think you're better than me, huh, Mr. Education Man? The kid says, mother, father, why such animosity towards your only child who's doing wonderful in school and living with 2 parents in a bad neighborhood? Mom says, oh, see, you happy because you learning math. I used to cut math class and go drinking East Side. Pop said, oh, so you think you learning a little something in school that makes you a better man than me. Don't you ever forget where I'm from. The West Side. So the kid says, well, parents, I would like to bid you a good evening. I'm going to retire to my bedroom to do my homework. Because I want to finish school, get a great education, a good job, and live in a better neighborhood than where you people live in. Do you watch sports press conferences? After the game is over, the athletes like to talk. So the reporters ask questions about the game, how was the game. But anyway, each reporter is a little more educated than the athlete. And they like to take advantage of asking questions on the athlete. Because see, the athlete, no matter what the sport or the athlete, they all sound the same. I know you all heard a version of this. But so the reporter says, so, Bobby, you played a very good game, and statistically you were 72% above your shooting percentages. How was your team's philosophy? And so the athlete says, I'm going to remark my perception and participation and precipitation on what your question you so specifically stated. I saw a girl the other day so tall. She was so tall. I said, you do either one or two things. You are either a model or you feed giraffes. I put $5 worth of gas in a Lincoln Navigator the other day. Right? I ran out of gas before I got home. I had to get a tow truck to tow me back to the same gas station I just left. Then I had to get a piece of cardboard and write on there what worked from food so I could get some money to get some gas. Or either call a cab and go home and get my piggy bank, but the piggy bank was already broke. Do you have anyone in your life, wife, husband, or someone who always asking you for money? Every time you turn around, they got money in their pocket. My wife be like, can I get $20? I'm going to go right to the mall and get me some stockings. I'd be like, did I just give you my last 50 about 15 minutes ago for some shoes? She's like, yeah, but the shoes and the stockings go together. I said, oh man, I said, dang, you know, and they come at you like, you know, they have 7-Eleven drunk or something in your house. Right? Later on, she's like, okay, I need to get $100 because I'm going to buy something tomorrow. I said, nah, you took all my money. Now, wait a minute, didn't you say tomorrow you take it off work and we agreed you to take your entire paycheck and buy yourself something? So why are you asking for money tonight? Because I need to go get something tomorrow morning. Right? So I said, and then the next morning, she wakes me up like I'm on a Brooklyn Park bench in the hood. Like, yo, can I get $2 for gas? I'm like, come on, boo. Last joke is called To Catch a Predator. How many of you guys watch that show, Deadline NBC, with Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator? Love that show. Chris Hansen is my man. Right? He's a smooth beast. He's one of those guys when they come in a young girl's kitchen, eating cookies and stuff. He's like, how you doing? The guy be like, hey, how you doing? He said, what are you doing here? He said, I'm just here to meet a young girl. How old is she? How old are you? I'm 39. He said, do you think it's okay for you to 39-year-old man to meet a 13-year-old girl in her house? No. All right, you free to go. Man gets outside, down on the ground. Right? We need to take that show to some other places. Because I know of some other perverts hanging out at. Right? Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone. Right? But he needs to take that show to... Where? To teen clubs. You know the teen clubs where the kids, 15, 16-year-olds go to the club to dance? Man, you got men going in there that are 35, 40, 45, 50 years old in those clubs. So Chris Hansen not rolling and the guy comes in, shows his ID card. He's like 43. You know what I mean? He goes in, so he's at the bar. So they said, okay, we got an inappropriate age of men in the house, right? So they sent a decoy to him, right? So a young one, they get one of those girls, 15 years old, she goes over and said, hey, you're hot. You want to dance? Come on. So she leads him to the floor. And when she gets to the floor, he starts dancing. And so as she turns around, she walks off, and Chris Hansen walks up. Oh, now, he's like 40. He's doing older. He's come on, all right now. Hey, he's jamming, doing all the robots, and he's doing old dances in the club. So he turns around and say, hey, I know you, man. You're Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC, To Catch a Predator, right? It's my favorite show. I love that show. He said, good. He said, what are you doing? He said, I'm just dancing and having a good time. He said, how old are you? Guy says, I'm 42. He said, is it okay for a 42-year-old man to be in the club dance with a 16-year-old girl? No, it's not. All right, you free to go. He goes outside, down on the ground. Right? Also, take it to the elementary schools, have graduations and all kind of children's shows and everything. And you got a lot of strangers who come off the street and come up to these places and watch these kids. We need to send Chris Hansen over there. He goes to one of the graduations for one of the kids' elementary school, 12, 13-year-olds. And there's a guy in the audience clapping feverishly. He just like, yes, to every kid. So Chris Hansen sits next to him and says, hey, what are you doing? He said, I'm just happy that all the kids, I just love kids. I love being around kids. I like going to swimming parties and watching them. He said, how old are you? 55. Oh, he said, do you know anybody in the audience? You got any kids, grandkids or anything? He said, no, I don't know anybody in this whole building. Chris said, do you think it's okay for a 55-year-old man to be watching kids at school graduations and he doesn't have any relatives here? He's like, no. He said, all right, you're free to go. The man goes outside and down on the ground. So that one more place, and I'm going to finish it up. We should take this. It's for my wife, who likes to sneak away and go shopping all the time. So I'm going to hire Chris myself. Right? Because see, her and her girlfriend sometimes they get together and go up to Williamsburg and they're supposed to be working. So what I do is I say, okay, I call her, about 10 minutes and say, hey, boo, how you doing? I said, she said, how's work? I said, how's work? She said, oh, we working hard today on the job. I'm like, cool. I said, guess what? I'm in the area. Come and take you to lunch. Oh, no. They brought us some food today. All right, cool. So she in Williamsburg with her girlfriend, shopping, when she's supposed to be at work. And she's walking around and then Chris throws up to her and say, hey. He said, hey, what are you doing? And she said, hey, I know you. You're Chris Hansen from Dayline NBC to Catch a Predator. He said, yeah. And she said, my husband loves you. He watches that show all the time. He's like, yeah. He said, what are you doing? She said, I'm up here shopping with my girlfriends. He said, just supposed to be at work? She's like, no, he didn't call Chris. Girl, he didn't call Chris Hansen on me and got me up here busting shopping at the mall up here. So he said, I'm just doing my job, Miss Sheeley. So you have a good evening, man. He said, you free to go. She get out there and like, down on the ground. Thank you very much. A wonderful host, J-Law. Thank you.